Hey Puffballs. So tonight it's gonna be a short story time. It probably won't be too long. I'm gonna say anywhere between like 10 and 12 minutes, hopefully. I am going to get my background straight and everything, and I'll be right back.
Get rid of me, they still throwing shade on my energy. I gotta make sure they remember me. Just know that these looking no fun to me. You know, to the checkers we hustle. We getting it straight off the muscle.
Guys, so before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Wherever I put that stuff up here, do what it says. I mean, I'm loving the what's the word? Engagement we got going on. So let's keep it going. I'm at like 70. I'm almost at 100. Y'all know I've been begging for 100 subscribers for like a minute now or whatever. So yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna give y'all this story. Hey, y'all, so I'm sorry. Jamal is playing his game and he like the whole little situation going on right now. Cause I done told him he gotta cut that down if he gonna be playing it while I'm trying to do whatever it is I do. Now, tonight I put up 2 polls, and I think I'm gonna start doing that more often because it seems like it contributes to the engagement or whatever. So I asked you guys what color wig I should wear. Blue won by a landslide. I didn't really like myself in blue, but I got a few blue wigs, so I threw on this bob tonight. Yeah, I mean, I guess she's okay. And then I also asked y'all what story time y'all wanted to hear. So, and it looks like well, that was 50-50. And I'm gonna put it right there. It was like 50-50. I think like 15 people voted, and 16 people voted. I'm sorry, 15. It's gonna be 50-50. Shannon, get down. But yeah, basically we're gonna do a story time about the time somebody stole my nude pictures. When I was working at Walmart, I used to work all the time. Like, I used to have a night shift or whatever, and then like I used to be out and about all the time. So when I went to work, I was tired or whatever because I didn't been up all day, and then by the time I got to work, it was like I'm tired. So whatever, on this particular day, I'm at work and my boss or whatever tells me to go on break. So I go to break, and when I go to break, it's 3 guys sitting in the break room, which is Jamal, one of his, I'm just gonna say their names. Jamal is Floyd, and then there's Charles. They're sitting in the break room and they're like on the computer trying to, I guess, see their schedules, see their paychecks. I don't know what they was doing. So I'm laying there, you know, trying to get a little nap in, but I can't get a nap in because they too busy talking about women. I don't know if Jamal remember this night, but they was talking about women, but they was talking in code or whatever. So I'm like peeping game, but at the same time, I'm like laying there with my eyes closed, like, yeah, I don't hear y'all, but I hear y'all and shit. Or whatever. So they eventually left or whatever, and I took like a slight nap, but I had an alarm on my phone. So when my alarm went off, I jumped up and I ran to clock back in because I was like a little late, like a minute or 2 late, which wasn't no problem, but I didn't want my supervisor to think like, girl, you're doing too much. You need to either get some sleep at home or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So I jump up and I go to the front, and I'm just like, you know, it's a normal night, and I'm just ringing people up. And I want to say it's like the first of the month or something, because I remember being like hella busy, like just going real fast and stuff. And then something popped in my mind, was like, check your phone. So, you know, when you get that feeling, if you don't feel your phone, you start to get nervous. Like for me, I started to get nervous and I started to get hot because I know what's in my phone and I don't want nobody to see what's in my phone. So I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is my phone? Somebody took my phone. What the fuck is that? Or whatever. So the first thing I thought was, you was just asleep in the break room. So I was like, oh my God, Tiffany, who was my supervisor, I'm like, Tiffany, my phone, I need to go get my phone or whatever. And she was like, well, we busy right now or whatever. You can come back. You can go back there and get your phone in a second. Like, let's get these lines down. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So, and now mind you, I didn't have a lock on my phone back then. I wasn't too big on locks on my phones because I just felt like there was no point. Only I have my phone. And then on top of that, I used to put codes in my phone, like random codes. And I used to change it oftenly. And I used to forget them or whatever. So I didn't have a lock on my phone. I think y'all see where this is going. I eventually go to the back to go get my phone. And when I walk up on my phone, it's like lit up or whatever. Because the room was dark, but it was lit up. So I go to look at my phone. And back then, you know, it was like the little logo, the little mail logo. And it was like MMS message sent. So I'm looking like MMS message. That means that's a media message. What the fuck is... what's been sent? So I didn't, at the time now, I knew I had nudes in my phone, but the way they were in my phone, it was like you had to scroll through them. And that was my worst fear, somebody seeing them. I never thought and processed somebody could send my nudes somewhere else. So I came back to my phone, and it was like a cheap Virgin mobile phone at the time. But the picture that I had, you could tell it was me, or whatever the case may be. So when I look at the message and I seen a picture, I was like, oh my God, somebody got my fucking picture, bro. So I'm upset, but I don't know how to go about this situation, if you know what I mean. Like, I didn't know what to do, where to start, like whatever. So the first thing I did was I looked to see who it was sent to, and it was like, it was a number. So I called the number, and the number was like, it's been disconnected or whatever. Then I tried calling it again like 30 minutes later, and it went to voicemail. So I'm like, somebody got my phone. And the only people I know that was in here, because it's only a few people that take their break that late, which was maintenance, which was Jamal and his crew. And then I'll take my break that late if we like busy that day or something. So I'm like, my only connection, and then the maintenance area is like right there, y'all. Like from the break room, the maintenance area like right there. So I'm like, you know what, I gotta figure it out. So I go back to my supervisor and I'm like, hey Tiff, somebody took my pictures. And she was like, just ask. I was like, the only person I feel comfortable asking is Charles, which he was a little older than us and stuff. And I just felt like he was like a big brother to me. So I know I felt okay with asking him or whatever. But I still didn't know how to ask him, like, did you take my nudes or whatever the case may be. I just didn't feel comfortable, y'all. So regardless of that situation, I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna let it blow over. Like, even though I'm upset, I still had things to do. The night was going by busy, and I could not take my time and figure out how I wanted to say this or whatever. Because keep in mind now, back in the day when I tried to talk to Jamal used to act like he had a fucking attitude. Like, I was bothering him anytime I spoke. Me and Floyd was cool, but it would have been awkward to ask him. So my next course of action was like, I'm gonna ask Chuck tomorrow. Enters the next day, Chuck didn't come to work or whatever. So I end up asking Floyd, I'm like, Floyd, can I see your phone? No, matter of fact, I was like, Floyd, I left my phone in the break room, and somebody sent my messages, my pictures to them in a message. Do you have my pictures? And he was like, nah. And he took his phone. He was like, nah, you can go through my pictures. You can go through my text messages. It's not in there. And I was like, well, only you, Jamal, and Charles was in that room. You know, ain't nobody else, because that was our last, like, 15. So I'm like, ain't nobody else been in that room. Somebody had to be in that room. So he was like, you know what the number start with? I told him the number. He was like, nah, that's not Jamal number, because Jamal number start with a 3. And I'm like, that's your boy. You gonna have his back regardless. So don't tell me what's not Jamal number, because I felt like he was lying. Like the way he said it, he was like, oh no, that ain't Jamal number. Like, boy, that's your boy, so I know you got his back or whatever. So here's where things started to get fishy. That day, that night when we was working, I was gonna ask him, but I was like, I don't really wanna, cause it's like, I don't know. If y'all know Jamal, he gives you this look like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? He got this like real snobbish look, even though he cool peoples. He just, I didn't know him like that, whatever. So I waited till the end of the night or whatever, and he was cleaning out the break room. And I was like, hey Jamal. He was like, what's up? I was like, can I see your phone? Now, me personally, I was gonna lie to him and be like, let me see your phone so I can call my phone, because I lost my phone in here somewhere. That was my main focus of the situation. Then on top of that, him and his boy, which he say they cousins, I don't know their actual relationship. His cousin slash main dude that he chilled with at work just handed me the phone, so I'm expecting him to do the same thing. Like, I'm thinking y'all cut from the same cloth. Like, here go my phone. So Jamal started laughing. I'm like, the fuck is so funny? He just started laughing. I can't do the laugh, but he just started laughing, and it's just like, no, what you need to see my phone for? What you need to see my phone for? How you laugh, Cletus? He did that shit, bro. He was just like, oh, no, what you need to see? He looked suspicious as a bitch. I was like, let me just see your phone real quick. I even gave him the eyes like, I'm ready to get your number or some shit. Like, I don't know. I was just like, can I see your phone? And he was like, the way he was laughing, it was just something y'all had to be there for. He was basically, in my mind, it looked like he know what the fuck I need to see his phone for. Because my number one thing was, I won't gonna tell him personally that my nudes was out and about somewhere or whatever. So by him laughing, I'm like, he already know why the fuck I need to see that motherfucking phone or whatever. So then he was like, no, oh no, you can't see my phone or whatever. And I was mad. When I say mad, y'all, I mean mad, because if y'all would have seen them pictures, y'all would have been like, it was that serious. It was really that serious. So he ended up leaving out the break. No, I ended up leaving out the break room. I was just like, fuck it. I clocked out or whatever, and I went off to like go home or whatever. But then I had forgot my food in the freezer from last night, and I needed my motherfucking food. I needed my nutrients. So I'm coming back down the aisle, and he coming up the aisle, and I bumped him. Like, I shoulder touched that nigga with the diesel tracks, like with these fucking shoulders. Because at the end of the day, I felt like he knew what I was looking for or whatever. Now, I've been asking Cletus this question because shortly after that, me and Cletus got together and we talked about it or whatever, and he claimed that he didn't have my pictures. But then it's like, now he'll bring up this situation, and he put it off on other people at work, like, oh nah, such and such, I think such and such got no pictures or whatever. But he still do that stupid ass laugh, like that stupid ass laugh, like he know where the fuck my pictures at.
I don't know where the fuck your pictures at.
Oh, you know where the fuck my pictures at. You know where them pictures at, Cletus.
I don't know where the fuck your pictures at.
You know where the fuck
I don't
them
know why
pictures.
you keep lying to the people. We done had this story a million times like a pervert.
Cause you was a pervert.
Fucking pervert.
Cletus, why did you laugh like that?
At work that want a fucking pervert. Get your facts straight.
Y'all, I know y'all see the wig change or whatever, but basically,
You better not lie on me in this story.
This is not a new story. I'm doing the close to the other video. Thank you. Yeah, that was how my nudes got stolen. To this day, I still don't know for sure who got my nudes or whatever the case may be. But I still think Cletus either knows or, you know, I mean, we just gonna keep it to ourselves. But yeah, y'all, check out my next story, because I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all he called me a bitch. And we're gonna ignore Cletus in the from now on, whatever, because he is jumping in a lot. But in case you don't, y'all be safe. I love y'all. Mind your motherfucking business and don't rise the toilet seats.
They all hate us, but I really get my roll on. Thought we was in it to win this shit, I'ma stroll on. I tell them hold on. Nah.